You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Solana, the Heater back. Welcome everybody to episode number 96 of the Battered Heat Fans Podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, I got Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
I'm still hyped about Giannis. I know we're going to talk about something else today, but I'm still super hyped about Giannis Antetokounmpo coming to the Heat. And I broke the news to my son yesterday. I think I told you, he's not happy. But
Mine wasn't either.
He's slowly starting to forget about Tyler.
I told him we'll turn them around. You got to do it. You got to show him the documentary. I showed him the documentary. He sat through it almost 2 hours. He's like, I think I got a new favorite player. I said, absolutely. He's still trying to figure out how to pronounce the last name, though. The whole talk over the last 48 hours. Shooting, then he's shooting. It's going to happen. They're going to address the shooting. Like, everybody's like, oh, this team doesn't have shooting. They're never going to do anything. What sensible person looks at this roster right now and thinks this is the team they're going to run out with in the opening night? No, they're going to add pieces. This is what the Miami Heat do. And it was very evident that they are focused in on shooting with the draft. They went ahead and they drafted Ryan Conwell. The fact that they drafted him isn't what really shows you that they're after shooting. It's the fact that they traded up to get him. They're like, no, he's a shooter. We need a shooter. We want a shooter. It's a priority, and we're going to trade up to get him. And I love it. He is a very athletic two-way guard. My understanding is I don't see a lot of people saying we got the best shooter in the draft. That's a little much. Not the best shooter in the draft. Maybe the best shooter in the second round. He is a high-volume shooter. Shot almost 10 three-pointers per game. So I'm a little worried about him having to kind of come off the bench cold and try to get into a groove. He shot 41% when it's catch and shoot threes, which is good because that's probably going to be his role on this team. But he is athletic. He is a ball handler, and he shot 35% overall from three. What do you think when we got Ryan Conwell?
Well, I thought it was a great pick. Echoing what you were saying, I really like the fact that they traded their 41st pick in the second draft, along with some cash considerations, over to the Oklahoma City Thunder for the rights to Ryan Conwell. I was just doing a little bit of research on him. I mean, he's 6'4", a little undersized for a two guard, but like you said, he's a player that shoots lights out. He averaged just under 19 points per game last year at Louisville, about 5 rebounds, almost 3 assists, and like you said, he shot just under 41% overall. Volume shooter, but I think as he comes into the Heat's system, into their onto their team, they're gonna make him a little bit more, let's say, reliant.
Efficient?
Correct. Efficient is the word that I was going for.
Yeah, because him shooting almost 10 threes a game, that's wild.
That's not going to happen here, I'll tell you that.
No. I think that was fourth in all of college, in Division I college basketball. Like, he was a high-volume shooter. But, again, shooting 35% from three, 41% overall, and 41 catch and shoot, I think is what I like the most. Defensively, he's very athletic, a little handsy. My understanding is he gets into foul trouble quickly. But, Spo and the Miami Heat can work with that. And then just overall, the Miami Heat can develop players. We've seen it before, especially with the undrafted guys, which we'll get into in a second. But we've seen them get the most out of a second-round pick. Remember, Hassan Whiteside was a second-round pick, did absolutely nothing with the Kings. Miami Heat got their hands on a second-round pick, and look what they made Hassan Whiteside a multi-millionaire. He got $100 million contract. They've done it with undrafted free agents. Like, they know what to do. Mario Chalmers was a second-round pick for the Miami Heat. Like, the Miami Heat know what they're doing, and I have full faith in their development, and I have no doubt that this kid is going to contribute. Now, whether it be this season or in the future, he's going to be a contributor for the Miami Heat.
I agree, man. And I'm going to throw out a stat that I just read a little while ago on Ryan Conwell. You know that he's only one of 3 players to make at least 99 three-pointers in 3 straight seasons in college basketball? You want to know who the other 2 are? J.J. Redick.
Oh.
And a guy named Steph Curry. I mean, he's in some really good company.
Yeah, some good company to keep. But to be fair, most players don't stay 3 to 4 years in college anymore. So it's a little bit of a skewed stat, but still good company to be in, and you still have to be good at shooting to end up in that conversation. So, look, I love that this is the start as far as trying to address the shooting for this team. Again, for anybody saying and criticizing the way this roster looks, please stop. This is an unfinished product. They're going to keep stacking this roster. They're going to add shooters, whether it be with the vet minimum and everything. Oh, but you have no money. Guess what? If players decide to play for the vet minimum, it doesn't go against the salary cap. We could fill up the roster with 10 vet minimums if you wanted to. And I promise you, veterans that are looking for a championship ring don't mind living in Miami for a vet minimum. So Miami Heat are going to fill out this roster. And now if you want to get to the unrestricted free agents, it's Trey Donaldson, which played for UM. Love that he stays home. Another 3-point shooter. Keyshawn Hall, no idea who that is. Javon Hadley and Trey White, no idea who those guys are. But again, we have a history with undrafted free agents. Duncan Robinson. I mean, just in that Jimmy Butler run, right? Gabe Vincent, Matt Strus. Like, Miami has the development to take some of these guys, not all of them, and maybe get 1 or 2 good rotation pieces, make them depth pieces. And I'm really happy, not just with the Ryan Conwell, but even with the undrafted free agents. If you tell me that they can shoot, I know Miami will get the most out of them.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's exactly what they went out to get, guys that can shoot, because that's what they've shown over the years that they can develop. You mentioned Duncan Robinson, definitely probably the greatest undrafted player over the last few years in the league. But definitely, I mean, like you said,
What about
this is
Giannis Haslam, also undrafted?
That's right. He went to go play in France for a year, then came to Miami as a rookie, and yeah, I mean, he was fantastic. But again, I still think based off of the amount of 3-point shooting that he makes and everything he does, that then Duncan Robinson is definitely going to go down as one of the best undrafted free agents ever. So look, like you said, this team is not finished. They still have another few months to construct, to continue building, to continue signing players. And I mean, the next few months are going to be fantastic if you're a Heat fan, because everybody and their mother is going to be linked to the Miami Heat. You already have LeBron James being linked. You already have Damon Lillard being linked. A lot of players that are going to be linked over the next 12 months on the Miami Heat. And it's just going to be a really exciting time.
The LeBron James things are getting me excited, even though I know it's a long shot. But again, a lot of unrestricted free agents that are being linked to us, a lot of vets, and it's going to be an interesting summer. So any final words on the draft or the undrafted free agents, Solana?
No, man, I'm just hyped, man. I'm hyped. I like the fact that they went to go out and get this guy, and they're showing that they're going to continue to be aggressive throughout free agency, throughout the summer. And that's all that you can ask for the Miami Heat, especially after a few years of, running it back with the same group. You finally have some aggressive moves by the front office to reposition this team going into the future. And yeah, man, we'll see what happens as the summer progresses, because like I said, it's going to be fun. A lot of names are going to be linked, and I'm sure we're going to be on here talking about a lot of them over the next few weeks.
Absolutely. And then I got my daughter here that's taking over the show. So I'm going to call it a wrap here. Again, Ryan Conwell, I'm excited for. I don't know how much he's going to play depending on who we sign as far as shooting during the offseason, but I can see him being a contributor. Unrestricted free agencies, Miami gets the most out of them, and this roster is far from done. And then real quick, you saw Giannis already hanging out with Bam out in Vegas.
Yeah, they're already training together. It's fantastic. I will tell you this, Danny. I know that I'm in New York, got in last night, got into JFK, not one piece of Knicks championship merch at JFK Airport.
That's interesting. I thought that would be flooded with it.
Me too. Considering it was the first time in 50-something years that they won a championship, I figured it would be all over the place. But not one piece of merch. Just goes to show you, I mean, they're all a bunch of talk, man. Knicks fans are all a bunch of talk. They go out and celebrate. They want to destroy their city, but they don't have merch out.
Nah, I don't know. I've seen some of the merch, and I'm a little jealous because I think some of the merch looks really cool. I wouldn't mind capping some of that stuff if the Heat ever win, because the shirts and the hats. I was talking to Chris about it. For those that don't know, Chris is he does some shows with us. He's a Knicks fan. Like, dude, like, I hate the Knicks and all, but man, some of the merch that they got out is pretty cool. Like, but whatever. That's enough Knicks talk. I don't want to talk about them anymore. Solana, appreciate you joining from New York. Anybody watching, the draft was a good thing. It ended up well, and we'll keep rocking and rolling because this team is I'm excited, man. Like I haven't been excited for an NBA season in June in a very long time. Like I mean, like after the season's over, right? Like we're looking towards because we still got it's June. We still got 4 months to go until the season starts. But I'm already excited, so that's really awesome. So I'm looking forward to this, and we'll keep coming on here and talking about all the rumors, all the hypotheticals, and all that other fun stuff that comes with it. And by the way, I need to get that Giannis jersey. And I was talking to
gonna
Solana.
say,
What are the chances that he doesn't rock number 34? Because I wanted to go get it customized, but I was like, what are the chances that he just randomly throws us a curveball? And it's like, no, I'm gonna wear a different number, and that's the only reason I haven't gone to the Heat store to see if they can customize it for me.
well, the last person to wear 34 for the Heat was Ray Allen.
I know.
It's not retired.
Nope.
So, yeah, he's worn 34 his entire life, except for his rookie season where he wore, I think it was 19. So I think it's pretty safe to say you can go out and buy your Giannis jersey.
How crappy would it be though if like a week later on July 6th they're like, hey, by the way, he changed his number? I feel
keep the tag.
They don't give refunds for customization. No, they don't. If it's customized, they don't give you a refund.
Oh, then just wait till they come out with the Giannis jersey.
Oh man, I don't want to wait, but I'm gonna have to because I'm scared. I told you I'm not a gambler.
It's only another week, man. On July 6th, next week, they will announce the trade, and then I'm sure the merch will start flooding the stores.
Something like they did with Shaq?
Nah, no way. This isn't as big a trade as it was for getting Shaq.
For Shaq, I think it's comparable to the Shaq trade.
I don't know, man. Shaq already had 3 championships with the Lakers.
Giannis has 1.
Still, man, it's just not the same, man. I don't put Giannis in the class of Shaquille O'Neal yet. I just
what? I agree. But Shaq wasn't in his. Well, I mean, I guess he wasn't in the very telltale end of his prime when he came over.
I mean, Shaq's a top 5.
You know what it was about Shaq?
History of the NBA. I don't think Giannis is a top 5 small forward in the history of the NBA.
No, he's not. But he's a power forward. You know what it is about the whole Shaq? The difference is that we were all hyped about Dwayne Wade. We knew that Dwayne Wade was like ascending, and then you added Shaq to that, and you're like, oh, that's it. Oh, you got a second year Dwayne Wade with Shaq, and that's why I think the Shaq thing was more overhyped. Giannis, love Bam, but Bam is in a second year Wade. So maybe that's why that is a little different. If LeBron comes back, do you think he gets something like that?
No chance. No chance. But I do think that a lot of people are going to go out into the streets and start banging pots and pans. I'm sure La Carreta on Bird and 87th is going to be slammed.
If
LeBron comes, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Keys under the mat.
If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the MP 5 stars in a comment. If you watch on YouTube, like and subscribe. And again, we'll be back whenever there's more rumors and hypotheticals. So until the next one, have a good one.